So you finally made the decision to go solar, but you are not quite sure about the features and characteristics you should look for in selecting your solar equipment. A typical solar system is composed of a solar panel array, at least one inverter, and one or more batteries. I do believe that the best approach is to work with a knowledgeable and reputable local installer who will first gain a complete understanding of your circumstances and objective, and then help you select the right equipment for your specific situation. But I also think it is important to get some basic knowledge, at least to allow you to ask the right questions. In today's video, I will discuss the key factors you might want to review while selecting your solar panels. Hi everyone, thanks for stopping by. My name is Philippe and welcome to Electric Living. Congratulations! You made the decision to go solar, and determining the size of your panel array is one of your several next steps. One thing to keep in mind is that we typically need more power than what we think we'll need. And this is why I always tend to recommend installing as many panels as you can. But the size of your panel array will depend on a few factors, including your objectives, whether it is to reduce your annual energy cost, maximize self-consumption, or have the capacity to power your home during a power outage, or at the very least, have the capacity to power your critical loads such as your fridge, your internet router, and any other circuit deemed essential. The size of your panel array will also depend on the size and configuration of your roof. And lastly, the size of your array will depend on your current electricity needs and perhaps more importantly, your future electricity needs. This is especially true if you are looking at installing a heat pump or and purchase an electric vehicle. So which solar panel to pick? There are many brands to choose from. Qcells, Silfab, Jinko, Canadian Solar, REC, Tornova, just to name a few. Another very important element to consider is the maximum power rating of your solar panel. As I mentioned, installing as many panels as you can is probably the best approach since you are already paying for the scaffolding and all the other equipment required to access your roof. For instance, when I chose my solar panels, my objective was to maximize the peak power of my panel array. Interestingly, this did not translate into installing panels with the highest power rating. Typically, higher wattage panels are quite a bit larger than lower wattage panels. And so in my case, I could fit 28 425 watt panels on my roof for a total of 11.9 kilowatt peak. The alternative was to use 500 watt panels, which were also available, but because the 500 watt panels were quite a bit larger, I could have only placed 23 of them on the roof for a total of 11.5 kilowatt peak. The next factor to consider is the panel efficiency. It is a measure of how effective the panel is at converting sunlight into electrical energy. Efficiency is calculated by dividing the amount of electricity generated by the panel by the total sunlight energy that falls on its surface. This ratio is typically expressed as a percentage. The amount of solar energy falling on a panel is measured in watts per square meter. Standard test conditions assume sunlight intensity of 1000 watts per square meters, which means that if a solar panel produces 425 watts of electricity and has an area of 1.95 square meters, its efficiency would be estimated at 21.76%. The more efficient a panel is, the more power it generates for a given amount of sunlight energy. Today, top-tier panels have an efficiency of nearly 23%, and we can expect efficiency to continue to increase and possibly reach 30% or more within the next few years. However, there are multiple factors affecting a panel efficiency. First, the type of material. Monocrystalline versus polycrystalline. Monocrystalline panels tend to have higher efficiency than polycrystalline panels. Temperature. Higher temperatures can reduce efficiency due to increased resistance in the solar cells. More on this in a moment. Panel design. Advanced technologies like multi-bus bar or half-cut cells improve efficiency. And finally, cleanliness. Dirt and dust on the panel surface can reduce its efficiency. Temperature rating is the next attribute to consider when selecting your solar panels. These ratings provide insights into how efficiently the solar panel operates under various environmental conditions, particularly at high temperatures. Temperature coefficient of power, expressed in percentage per degrees C, indicates the percentage decrease in the panel's maximum power output for every 1 degree Celsius increase above 25 degrees C, which is the standard test temperature. For example, my 425 watt solar panel with a temperature coefficient of minus 0.3% per degree C means that the panel loses 0.3% of its power for each degree above 25 degrees Celsius. This means that at 35 degrees Celsius, its power will be reduced by 12.75 watts and lead to an effective power output of 412.25 watts. Another element to consider is the panel's operating temperature range. This specifies the range in temperatures in which the panel can operate safely. Typically, most panels would be operating safely between minus 40 degrees Celsius to plus 85 degrees Celsius. This is to ensure that the panel can withstand extreme weather conditions. Performance warranty. This chart illustrates the typical linear performance warranty of a solar panel. It shows in blue the actual panel efficiency, which declines steadily over time due to annual degradation, typically around 0.4% to 0.5% per year. Also in green, the warranty performance, which ensures a minimum efficiency, typically no less than 80% after 25 to 30 years. And finally, in red, a minimum warranty threshold, which highlights the industry standard minimum performance level of 80%. The next element to consider is the appearance of the solar panel. And I am sure that you have already noticed black panels are definitely the preferred options in residential systems. Another important element to consider is the cost of the solar panel. We definitely want to seek the best price, but we have to be mindful of the characteristics of the panel. And sometimes the cheapest option or the cheapest panel may not be the best option in the long run. And finally, panel availability in your area could be a big factor, as some brands may be difficult to get due to supply and demand. Here you have it. These are the top characteristics to search for when selecting your solar panels for your solar project. Don't hesitate. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I hope you found this video useful. As always, thanks for watching and see you in the next video.